Well, hello, my friends. How's everyone doing? Hope you're having a great day. It is, what is it, Saturday, August 13th, I believe? Whoo! Summer's flying by. It's only in the 70s today. Perfect weather to be outside working the land. I'm in the orchard. Just wanted to give you a quick update. I haven't made a video in a while. Been a little busy, but just want to show you how the orchard's doing. It's approaching the 5-month mark. And so let's take a look at it. I actually just mowed it today. It was just grown up with all sorts of different stuff. Tons of clover. There was a lot of ragweed. Different wild flowers were growing up and stuff like that. And so what I did was, this is only the second time I've mowed it down since I've planted these trees. And that's going to create a really nice green mulch to feed the soil, to feed the trees. And so I probably won't mow it again till next year, unless we get some crazy growth the rest of the summer. Anyway, I wanted to show you what I was doing today. I was actually training the branches. Now, this is something I should have done first thing after I planted them, when they were still in that dormant state, but I didn't really know any better, right? This is all new to me. I knew I had to do it. I just didn't realize I should have done it then. But luckily, these branches are still very pliable. It's still summertime, so there's still a lot of growth, and I'm training them out, as you could see, getting really nice angles on these branches. And then some of these other ones, I'll actually prune those in the winter when these go back into the dormant state. But I'll tell you what, man, look at all this growth. Look at all this new growth. I mean, here, I'll stand next to it. I'm 6 foot tall, and I mean, that's taller than me. When I planted these, they were all probably, I don't know, 4 or 5 feet tall. And so, I mean, a lot of these trees have significant new growth, anywhere from a foot and more. This one probably has close to 3 feet of growth. It's just amazing. Some of these branches, these offshoot lateral branches here, I mean, they were nowhere near that long when I planted them. So it's pretty amazing. The pumpkins, they're growing up. I don't know how well they're going to do, really. I mean, they were just completely smothered in weeds. You could barely see them. So I freed them up here when I came in and trimmed this down. So hopefully they'll take off. I really don't know if they will or not. I planted them in June, and there's some growth, but not much. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. I wanted to point out there's 2 trees that have not done real well. So there's 36 altogether in this orchard. 2 of them have not done well. This one actually didn't look good at first. This central leader here, it seemed to have died when you scratch it. It's just all dry and there's no green growth. But then these other shoots came up, and so most likely this one will end up being the central leader, and I'll end up pruning those out. So this one's probably going to be fine. It's just that main leader didn't do well, and those shoots, they weren't even really there. They were just buds pretty much. So there's a lot of growth that ended up coming up. So that one I think is going to be good. There's another one over there I'll show you where it's just not looking good at all. And so we might end up just losing 1 tree out of the 36, which I don't know. In my eyes, that's not that bad. So we'll see what happens. But I'm in here using some different methods to train the branches. They did come with some of these branch spreaders, these little pieces of wood here. So they work for some of the smaller branches, but I was having a hard time getting them to work for these bigger branches. So what I did was did a little loop knot here that has room for growth, and then I used a landscaping stake to create that nice angle. So we'll see how that works out. I'm trying a combination of things. You could see this one here, I'm using a clothespin that I had. You can see these ones are tied off. This one here has some really good lateral branches, right? So I just kind of picked anywhere from 3 to 5, and some of these other ones I'll end up trimming. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a walk through. So I've gotten down to that tree. I still got quite a few trees to come out and train still. But the orchard's looking good. Also, I ended up putting up deer fencing. So you could see I reused some of the old T-posts from the property, some landscaping stakes there, this deer netting. I put some ribbon on there just to make it a little more visible for the deer, the birds, the bees. And then some of these I put some 2x4 posts to help reinforce, because what had happened was I got this fence up, everything was great, and I came back next week and some of these green landscaping stakes were like bent down, and I noticed that some of the fencing was kind of pulled down. So I think the raccoons were climbing in and they bent some of those posts. So what I did was I grabbed some 2x4s I had in the barn. I cut them to about 7 foot, and I put up, I don't know, maybe 8 of them. I think I got out of what I had left. So I'll just see how that goes. The other stakes haven't been bothered. I think maybe a couple coons tried to climb in and realized there was nothing really in here for them to mess with. And, you know, hopefully they don't come back. But the deer, obviously no deer problem. The deer are not trying to get in. Hopefully when the fall comes around, I don't get any big old ruddy bucks trying to like bust in. But I think they'll be after something else, right? So anyway, tons of butterflies flying around here. I don't know if you saw that one. You see all the wild flowers growing up in here, which will be great for when these start to produce, right? Like next year, all these pollinators with all the wild flowers that grow in these fields. You know, I don't mow these. I'll mow these down once a year in the winter, let it grow up naturally. And I mean, I've probably seen 100 butterflies around here. So you think about all the butterflies, the bees, all the pollinators. These trees should be able to produce really well because of that. So everything's going well. I'm very happy with the progress. But here's the one other tree I wanted to show you. Lost all of its leaves. Now, if you scratch that, right, if you see that, it's still got green growth there. So it is still alive. So we'll see what happens. We'll see, you know, if it does okay or not. So I'll keep you posted on that. But that's about it. Hope you like the videos, and I guess I'll bring more when I bring more. So you have yourself a fantastic day. All right now.